put these on.
Okay, fine. Oh my god! What are these, trick glasses or something?
Come on!
Nope! I can't die! I'm never gonna die!
Welcome to my channel. I'm Frankie and this is Let's Get Real, where today I'm reviewing Free Guy. Free Guy centers around Guy.
This guy.
Oh, he's named Guy, like the movie's title.
That's pretty clever.
A bank teller who thinks he lives in the paradise of Free City, only to discover he's a non-player character, NPC, in a popular video game filled with crime and no restrictions, causing him to become the unlikely hero of his world and try to find romance with a player on a mission of her own. When it comes to my thoughts going into this, I've been looking forward to this movie for a while now. I've always been a fan of both Ryan Reynolds and taikawaititi, and a comedy about video game NPCs seemed like a fun idea, on top of the fact that video game movies have been making a comeback, whether it be Detective Pikachu or Sonic the Hedgehog. But at the same time, I try not to get too hyped since, as mentioned, this is a video game movie, and those could be infamous if done wrong. When it comes to my thoughts on this movie, this might have been the biggest surprise of the summer for me. One of the most impressive things this movie pulls off is how it was able to be a feel-good movie and an action-packed video game movie at the same time, without the two completely separate genres making the movie feel like a tonal mess or an unbalanced handling of these genres, where one could have ended up feeling more focused on than the other. But both are explored pretty evenly throughout the film. And that feel-good factor of the film comes from its perfectly expressed and powerful message of the power of the citizen, where one person, no matter how small or powerless they are, can really make a difference and impact their community for the better, and convince others to do the same. The movie felt very wholesome because of that, and the fact that it was also able to have some really creative action sequences at the same time without losing touch with its message is kind of remarkable, considering how many action movies today have to put their action over its message and story and characters. So it's really great to see this movie break free of that curse. This movie also has some fantastic world building with how they set up and show us all the rules and functions of this video game world, and what life is like for the NPCs and the background of the game and its popularity in the real world. This movie also handles the scenes in the real world and the game world very well, where just like the message and the action, one did not feel more emphasized than the other. And of course, since, as mentioned with the comedic stars of the film, this movie is extremely funny in so many ways. While the main comedy with Ryan Reynolds and Taika's comedy styles are great, there's also a ton of visual and background gags that are easy to miss but are absolutely hysterical once you catch on to them. There's also a lot of fun visuals in the movie when it's in the game world that are able to bring these fun action sequences to life and portrays them as if they were straight out of a live-action video game, while also including a bunch of Easter eggs and video game references, both in your face and in the background. There are sometimes, however, when the visuals look like cheesy video game graphics, which would normally be something easy to criticize, but that's obviously what they had to be going for here, so it works. The movie isn't very predictable like other action movies or even most video game movies either. There's this really interesting and unexpected twist they do with Ryan's character that caught me off guard. And there's a little mystery in the movie about the origins of the game that's very entertaining as well. When it comes to the acting is simply fantastic. This is the first movie in a while where none of the performances seemed weak or even had that one actor who stood out as not as good as the rest. All of the acting was ridiculously well done. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds is great as Guy. He's doing his classic meta, zany performance he applies to so many of his characters, and really fits the NPC role, especially if you play a lot of games and know what NPCs are like. Taika Waititi is a really fun villain. He really sold me as this pro gamer troll who got to own a mega corporation that made the world's next popular game. Other than those two, though, most of the actors are fairly new, and they all did such a great job. Jodie Comer was phenomenal as Molotov Girl and Millie. Joe Keery was awesome as Steve, Keys. Lil Rel Howery was just perfect as Buddy. His character was easily one of the standouts of the film to me. And then there are the YouTuber cameos like Jacksepticeye, Pokemon, and Ninja, just to name a few. Not gonna lie, their cameos are pretty well handled and kind of funny at times. and they're not examples of big-name movie studios trying to apply modern internet culture to their movie for humor and look cool with the young crowd.
I'm with it. I'm hip.
They feel like good tributes to the modern gaming world and community that they are trying to represent in the film, and the same goes for all the other modern video game references. There's also a lot of cameos from actors from Stranger Things, some of which I caught on, like the previously mentioned Joe Keery, and some I missed on this viewing and found out about when writing the script. And that's definitely thanks to director Sean Levy, who had a huge influence on that show. Honestly, there's so many cameos I can mention, but I'm not going to because it's more fun to go into this movie surprised and not knowing who to expect to show up. When it comes to my flaws on this film, though, the pacing does get kind of clunky during the middle section of the film, even though its beginning and conclusion don't have this problem. And while I enjoyed the cameos and Easter eggs, there's a moment by the end of the film where they begin to start being more in-your-face and overused and doesn't give the movie an opportunity to have a moment with its own identity. Overall, Free Guy might be the best video game movie of all time. By default. But it's still a great movie, don't get me wrong. It's nice to see something original in a world where all movies are either sequels, spin-offs, or remakes, and pulls off its concept so perfectly. This movie is basically Ready Player Truman with Deadpool and Korg as Noob Master 69, and I had a blast with it. If I had to recommend this, I would say that if you get the opportunity to see this movie right now, then please do so. Of course, gamers are going to eat this thing up and have a blast with it. But surprisingly, this movie can be enjoyed by a wide audience. Even if you're not a gamer, you can still enjoy this movie, even if you don't get most of the references. Really, the movie will at least leave you with a big smile on your face. For my rating, I'm giving Free Guy a solid 8 out of 10. Go watch it. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more reviews.
Have a good day. Have a great day.